Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pick Guardian.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Todd Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We are thrilled to death that you are listening to our show.
Wow, you didn't... Did you run out of gas
No,
there?
I was just... Because you usually time it up with a woohoo.
Oh.
And I was trying to jumpstart your pre-hoo, your woohoo, your pre-hoo. Hey, we are going to have a delightful show.
Why?
Because one of our favorite guests is back on.
Numero
because,
Trace.
Hey, look, when people make stuff, we want to talk about it.
Who is this guy?
Person.
Oh, this is Ralph from Wonderful Audio Technology.
What?
There you go. As you hear mentioned every week. Thank you so much, Ralph. Seriously, thank you so much.
This is number 3 for Ralph.
This is number 3 for Ralph.
Would you like me to give the previous episodes?
Yes.
Because you always ask, and I'm never prepared. But today I'm prepared.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask.
So, Ralph joined us initially in episode number 253 in February of 2022.
How do you say February?
February.
How?
February.
That's not how you said it.
February.
Yeah.
February. Give me a February.
Okay, go ahead.
And also, his second appearance was on number 340, which was in November of 2023.
That wasn't on a Tuesday. It was on a...
Huh?
Was it on a... Was it...
What?
Was it a Tuesday or a Thursday or was it a...
Well, I think it was a Wednesday.
Okay.
Why are you making
It was
fun?
a Wednesday.
Why
in
you make
February.
fun of the way I
Yeah.
speak?
No, I'm not. I'm just mocking
It's
our
not
language.
very nice.
Yeah.
I know people in
Crazy.
Youngstown come break your ankles
I'm
and
sure.
knees and such.
Yes. Okay. What are we doing? What
I don't know.
Okay, you're telling me numbers.
I gave you the numbers.
I wasn't listening.
What episode is this?
Right now?
Yes.
Oh, 2030. Not 2030. 30.
2030.
It feels like 430, I believe.
430-ish.
Because I think the one I'm just
All
about
right.
to release is 29.
Well, that's kind of an inverse of his last appearance, which is 340.
I could be wrong.
Ooh.
So, if you do the mathematics and you add
Yeah.
these up in columns.
I hope if I got that wrong, it's too late. Sorry, my bad.
Anyhow.
Yes, we're gonna have a great time. Ralph's a good guy. He's
Yes, he
a great
is.
guy. He's a solid person that looks just like Jürgen Klopp. If you know, you know, and or Stephen Merchant, except different dimensions. Yes.
Different dimensions.
That's the news that we got. All right,
Is Stephen Merchant from Venice?
Ralph, what do you have? What are we talking about tonight?
We're talking
The
about
ranges. That's correct.
The ranges
You guessed
better. We're
right.
talking about whatever you guys want. Yes.
Yes, you got a great new pedal out, and we're going to talk
I have a new
all
pedal.
about
It's
that.
called Range.
Before we do that,
Yes.
where can people go to see
I think
what Ralph...
Ralph needs to warm up a little bit.
Yeah,
first.
come on, Ralph.
Get some
Get
calisthenics
with the program. Come on, let's do some
Holy
jumping
mackerel.
jacks.
Yeah, I was just about to say I need to do some jumping jacks.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
So,
ready.
where
Yeah.
can people go to
Do it.
find your great stuff?
You can go to wonderfulaudioTechnology.com or whatpedals.com, both of those domains. And generally, I post most of my stuff on Instagram. So it's Wonderful Audio Technology or at Wonderful Audio Technology on Instagram. I cross-post to Facebook, but I don't really do much on Facebook lately.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and upon going there, you're going to see a shiny new pedal with some really cool artwork and a lot of knobs and a lot of toggles, which, hey, we love a mini toggle. A lot.
Apparently, it's my shtick nowadays.
You like them too, and I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of announcements real quick. We had, I just want to give an update because we had a really great letter from Darren Gregory a hot minute ago. All right, so Darren asked us a question about this new guitar he got. It was a relatively inexpensive guitar, but he really loves it and he wants to make it better.
Oh,
but
yeah,
is it
that's
worth putting the money into the pickups, or
Yes.
should he just get a new guitar? Yada yada yada.
Yes.
We gave him some advice. And I thought it was, pretty good. We got it from a couple people, including our friend Chase. But Darren sent a follow-up. Hey, Todd, I want to say thanks for personally answering my question and then reading it on the podcast to get the other guys' opinions. Let me tell you, it was such a cool feeling to hear you guys discussing something about me and what's going on in my music world. I truly appreciate it, and it made me feel like I was literally part of the show. Darren, you are part of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, when we're doing this, we are thinking of you guys. We talk about you guys all the time.
Specifically Darren, all the time.
Yes, there's a chair here, and there's a piece of masking tape on the back. Yeah.
Darren.
But you spelled it wrong, so that's why he probably doesn't know.
Oh, maybe that's why he's
Darrin.
I used a Y.
It's Darren.
I put a Y in.
Oh, that's a Scottish pronunciation. Yes. Okay, so I did take your advice and upgraded my bridge pickup. Great.
Yeah.
And I'm not even exaggerating one bit when I say it made all the difference in the world. It's like a totally different guitar. The Seymour Duncan Black Winter is just what the doctor ordered. Lots of heavy, high-gain crunch that feels so vast and yet so precise. Not unlike Tony. I'm seriously all over the moon with it.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Well, think about who it's coming from, Tony. Then make your decision. Thanks for bringing me behind the mic with you for a minute or two. Of course, I've been a fan for so long, and I do see you guys more as friends than I do you as a show. So it made me feel all even closer to it all. So I appreciate the both of you. Thank you for the pod. Your friend of the pod, Darren Gregory. I mean, Darren, we're feeling the hugs right now.
Yeah,
we appreciate you so much, man.
Thank you.
And I will extend that to all of our patrons as well. All right. So that was an update from Darren Gregory and his brand new hard metal guitar. Arr.
Arr.
Yes. Also, I wanted to give another quick update. There's a bunch of stuff going on. I mentioned those pedals that our friend Mike Natsina that he provided to our illustrious group of patrons, and I was just going to say, like, hey, let's just pull these out of the box and say, ta-da, you won. But some of them are a little bit more specialized, and some of them are a little bit more, I think a lot of people have some of these. So what I don't want to do is say, ta-da, you won this. And you're like, I already got that, because that's not good. So what I'm going to do is actually send out a little quizzeroni to our patrons and say,
choice 1, choice 2,
exactly,
choice 3.
Yep. That's how we're going to do it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's
more to come
democratic way.
on that. All right?
All right.
Okay. Now, I think that's it. All right. Let's find out what's going on in our music world this week, starting off with Tanya Bolonsky.
I was waiting for something. What was it?
Yes.
Vast and
precise.
And precise.
I don't know. Yes. Anyways, Tony's going to kick us off, then we're going to check in with our pal Ralph.
So this week, in between all of the Ozzy Osbourne dedications and things coming in on my feeds, which is nice. I mean, the guy is a legend. Is a legend still. And I mean, he deserves every bit that he gets, I think. I mean, he was Ozzy, for God's sakes. Mm-hmm. He had his ups and downs. I mean, I've been watching him lately with his son on the Ghost. They do a ghost show.
Oh yeah,
a supernatural show.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because Ozzy's like, this is my ghost.
Okay, I don't know if we should let that one fly.
Sharon!
Yeah.
Where's our ghost?
There you go. We'll keep that part. Okay, go ahead.
So for you, Todd, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Noel Gallagher disclosed his pedal board.
Oh, yeah.
That he's using on this tour.
Uh-huh.
And surprisingly, there's a lot of commoner pedals, common guys. Yeah. Like, for instance...
He can't be bothered. He can't be arsed, I believe is the term.
Okay. So he starts with a TC Electronics. No, Polytune 3.
Polytune 3. Gotcha.
Good choice.
Okay.
A Keeley compressor. Dunlop.
Red Llama. No.
Keeley.
Just messing with you.
Oh
Just
my
saying
God.
pedals. Go ahead. I will not interrupt.
It's because of my Stevens, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A Dunlop Crybaby Mini wah pedal, which I don't get. I've never been able to use those little mini pedals, the wahs. I don't know, but maybe he's got tiny feet. I
don't know.
He's a British guy.
Might have a peg leg.
You need to be more precise, Tony.
I am vast, but not necessarily precise. And then he's got like a DD7 and a Boss RV3, digital reverb. And so those are cool. But some of the really cool pedals he's got is he's got it's called a BSM Finest Treble Booster.
Oh.
And it's based on the orange treble and bass booster that Gilmour used in the Floyd days. And then, there's some other cool things like, but things that are commonly available. He's got a Strymon Timeline and a Strymon El Capistan. So it's...
But that's that's a common thing with touring musicians. Like, they need stuff that isn't going to be so boutique that they're going to be, this broke, now what?
Yeah.
I mean, like, when Drew... And some of the other techs that we've had on the show is like, no, can't do that. You got to say, I need to be able to get this just about anywhere for the most part.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So about the only other interesting thing on there is the pedal board itself is powered by a tube unit, which is powered from the mains. So it's I don't know what the advantage would be of having
tone.
Well, but tubes have nothing to do with sending voltage to pedals.
I don't know. Maybe it must.
Well, maybe. Or he just likes.
I have never heard.
Maybe
that.
he has cold feet, and when he puts his feet on the pedal board, it warms them up temporarily.
Or you lose power to the pedal board, and then you have like a little window of where you still have sound.
Yes, it browns out. It browns out for a second.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So
I've not heard of that.
But that's the first that I'd heard of that as well. But it's kind of cool, and I appreciate the fact that he didn't load up on all these boutique pedals because he can probably afford a couple of the real fancy ones. But I think stuff that you and I and everybody else out there listening can go out to any guitar center and buy.
Kind of the beauty of their music to begin with.
Yeah.
He's even said it. He's like, part of their success is that everybody realized like we can play this too.
Yeah.
And if they can play it, then they can sing along with it, and they can, be moved by it easily without having to, go through some crazy, intense, complicated stuff.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks,
You're going to see them
Tony.
pretty soon, aren't you?
I am. Twice.
Oh, are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you going to bring me back an Oasis hat?
Maybe. If you want me to.
Maybe.
You don't wear hats, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. Enough. Ralph.
Yes.
Help me. Help me help us. All of us.
What's going on in your
now.
musical world this week, Ralph?
This week, because I guess it's Monday today. I've been looking for a new guitar speaker. I ordered off of Mojo Tone a single 12-inch cab because so my band is starting to play again, trying getting practice together. My band is the singer is my wife, and we met actually through the band, and we have kids now. And so band practice has been really hard because we have to find a babysitter to have band practice.
Yeah.
Or you can incorporate them into the band like the Partridge Family.
Oh my.
That'd be cool. Maybe in like 10 years.
Yeah.
No, do it now.
What kind of music are you doing? Give us a musical reference for context.
I don't know. What
it's
happens when
all
you
surf all the time.
Yeah.
It's all surf. It's definitely surf rock.
Like
it's a scene. No. So
G.G. Allen or like.
I'm gonna say it's rock. It's like a combination of what happens if you take a folk singer, a shred guitar guy, and then a drummer and a bassist who really like indie rock, and you kind of mix it all, mash it together.
Sounds like Van Halen.
I was gonna say it sounds like Fleetwood Mac.
We do a cover of like Zombie, of the Cranberry Zombie, and people seem to really like that. That's fitting for us. So
Okay.
I guess
I gotcha.
I mean, I'm a '90s guy, so it probably starts to get into the '90s territory. But I would call it like pop rock, I guess.
Yeah,
guitar
nice.
solos. Yeah.
What kind of sound do you like out of your speakers? Do you like it broken up a little bit? Do you like super clean, or?
I think that's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. So like normally, so I've got this Mesa Boogie Lone Star, the 100-watt version. That's like my main amp, and because it covers all the ground I need, and its character. I really like its character. And I normally run it through a 2x10, like with in there's like the warehouse guitar speakers, like the can't remember the acronym. They're the orange speakers. They're a little darker, I think, than their other version of that same speaker. It's my understanding, and I like that sound. It's really great. But we're in a different room now, trying to rehearse, and it's not really doing the thing I'm looking for. And so I'm just trying to like. Well, it projects weird, I think. That room is like a difficult room to like get a good. We just don't know it very well yet because the old place we used to jam is no longer available.
Okay.
So I'm just learning the room, and also I don't want to be lugging around like my 2x12 cabs all the time. And so I thought like a good 100-watt or above single 12 speaker might do it for me. I don't know. We're going to find out this Wednesday, I guess. So I bought 2 different speakers that just showed up. One of them showed up today, actually. So I got a Celestion Redback because I think I like that sound because I have the Universal Audio Aux, which is like the most indispensable tool I have ever received in my life. It's like my wife bought it for me once as like a surprise gift, which I was blown away by.
Nice.
Because I was like in the back room in my house trying to design pedals. And when you're on a breadboard and you're like mucking around with it, it goes like and makes crazy sounds. And eventually I think she's just like, here, shut up.
You need one of these.
You need one of these so you could do this.
I'm just testing. I'm just in here testing my pedals on a 100-watt Mesa Boogie. Everything's fine. What the heck?
No, I was using a different amp for that. But yeah, it's still that tool though. Like now, especially with kids, I can like play guitar at night and not actually disturb anybody, and it sounds really good, and I could use my actual tube amps into it. It's a great. But
is the Redback rated at 100 watts?
It's 150.
Oh, 150. Wow. So that's a ceramic speaker. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love greenbacks. I mean, that has a very, or even creambacks are nice too, but those are only 35 and 65. But the Reds.
So my favorite speaker emulator on the aux lately for my Mesa is a greenback, their greenback cabinet. So that's why I was like, well, I think the Celestion sound might be my thing for this amp, maybe, but I'm not sure. But then my 2x10s are American style speakers. So then I also got an Eminence Hemp Dog speaker because everybody talks about the what is it called, the EV, the Electro Voice speakers that are great for stuff. And I was like looking online to see what people, and then you get all the opinions, but I was trying to figure out, okay, what speaker do I want? So I got both of them. I'm going to try each out and see which one is the one that does it for me.
Is your 112 cabinet open back or closed?
It's open, but I don't have it yet actually, but I have a different cabinet that I could stick these in to try out, but it's an open back cabinet. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if you plan on recording that so you can kind of not only just hear it in the room, but also like hear it as it's being recorded and see the profile, the EQ on it.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I was just gonna go by feel.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, and then probably what might happen is I go in a different environment and I'm like, oh, I don't like this anymore, and then start over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, it's a fun journey.
it is. It's just you acquire a lot of speakers that you can't. Yeah.
That is the big problem with speaker stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I think it sounds pretty good going through whatever this guy recorded on it that got compressed and then got put on YouTube, and now I'm listening it through another. It's like 16 levels removed. Does this sound good?
But then you could also, I mean, if you find that you do want to go with a lower wattage speaker, I mean, you've got the aux, so you can dial that down a little bit too, so as to not put out as much. I mean, not that you want to haul the aux around to gigs and things.
I actually was thinking about that, and if I were to do that, I'd save up and buy like one of the that Boss core, like what's it called? Their version of the aux. They have like the smaller one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forget what it's called now off the top of my head, but I was actually considering that. Yeah.
And doesn't the Boogie also have scalable output too, or is it full 100 all the time?
It has scalable. It's got 150 and 100 watts, 50 watts, and 10 watts.
Okay.
But like when you switch to the 50 watt setting, well, I guess there's a switch in the back for rectifier track or using the tube rectifier or a silicon rectifier. Mm-hmm. Well, I really like the way the Mesa sounds clean at 100 watts with the silicon rectifier, which is the only option at 100 watts, and then like running humbucker guitars through that clean sound, like that is just like it's I really like the way that sounds, and I don't want to compromise that. So
no, that's true. And yeah, when you start dialing back, I find that the same way. It does change the sound of the amplifier and the feel of the amplifier mostly.
Yeah, it does. And I run all my single coil guitars through the second channel, and I have that one set to 50 watts, and I kind of up the gain just a little bit because I like my single coils to have a little bit of
little bite.
Yeah, a little girth. Yeah, just more, just a touch more. So, and that's kind of like for that band is how the sound I go for.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you got a lot of cool options that you're messing with there.
Yeah.
Well, when you decide, let us know.
Yeah.
Send us a note or something.
Please.
Yeah. What's the speaker that worked?
Yeah.
What's your speaker of the day?
Also, every time you're saying the rectifier, I can never listen when people are on the show and talking about the rectifier. I can never not think of the character from Kids in the Hall, the racquetball player, who's the eradicator. That's the only thing I think of. Him is blah, 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 rectifier. Don't you mean the eradicator?
I see.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It makes me happy.
Well, as long as it does.
Okay.
Well, cool. What about you, Todd?
Well, let's see. I reorganized my pedal board.
Don't you mean eradicator?
Okay. I reorganized my pedal board, and I was very, very happy with it. I was like, okay, I think this is it, because I actually put the stomp back on.
Oh.
Because I was just kind of running out of space, and I've got a couple more effects, and I needed an EQ for a certain pedal. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just try to get this back on. Everything worked out. And then I had something just wasn't working. My entire drive section wasn't playing through. I'm like, how is this possible? Because it's going through, but none of the drives were. So the signal's passing through. And I had done it very late, and I went back and I searched through everything, and I did like one pedal at a time going through, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. So I found it. What an exercise in futility that made me very satisfied. And I discovered there was one cable that I think I had either twisted or stretched too far.
Maybe that was the one I tried to destroy.
It might have been. I mean, seriously. It is very, very possible because I kind of had to dig into the back to get a couple of extra cables to do this. And anyways, all is well, all is good.
Yay!
And yes. So,
was it an audio cable or a power cable?
Oh no, it was an audio cable. Yeah. So.
Oh, crazy! And you were passing, and it was working in bypass. Sort of.
Well, I can't exactly. I don't know exactly what the problem was. I just know that I fixed it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey,
that's a good feeling.
Yeah. So it was a total hassle, but I had, I was chilling. I had the time. I was listening to my audio book and just doing that, and that can be therapeutic. And then after I did that, I'm like, I'm in the fixing mood. So then I restrung my two main guitars right now. So
nice.
Yeah.
Fresh strings.
It was all good. Anyways, speaking of cables,
yes.
The good thing is I had a big box of, well, it's not a big box, it's a box. And in that are some extra Tour Gear Designs patch cables. Which came to the rescue. So I got these employed. Everything is goody good. I had all the different lengths. So I was like, but I need one that's this long. Perfect. I've got one. And I need one that's the same length, but I need it in an S shape. Perfect. I got that. See? It's great stuff, man.
It all works out.
You're going to go to tourgeardesigns.com. You're going to load up your cart because that's the right thing to do for your pedal board. And then you're going to go ahead and purchase. But wait, e-brake, not so fast, because that's actually going to give you the opportunity to save a little bit of cashola.
Everybody loves to save cash.
Do they call it cash in Canada?
I'm
not sure. Yeah. Anyways, whatever they call money up there. And just kidding. And then so you're going to put in the coupon code, which is
the Guitar Knobs, all lowercase, all one word.
That's right. You're going to save 15%.
15%!
As long as it lasts. And I'm still checking in with them. It seems to be working still. I don't want them to. I don't know if they're going to get squeezed by anything, but tariff-wise. But let's keep it going as long as we can.
Yes.
So make sure you use that code.
Support our Canadian brethren.
That is true. You're going to be happy. Your pedal board's going to be happy. You're going to fit another pedal on your pedal board.
Least.
In all seriousness.
Yes, do it.
Thanks to Tour Gear for sponsoring our 4 on the Floor.
Let me get a little bit of this.
1, 2, 3. 4 on the Floor. All right, Ralf Gottschalk from Wonderful Audio Technology. What is your 4 on the Floor?
All right, 4 on the Floor.
Number 3.
Number 3. I mean, they're in no
version
particular
3.
order.
No,
so I will just
version 3.
grab
Version 3.
Version 3. Yes. My third round of 4 on the Floor. Okay, first one. These are in no particular order. These are just pedals that I thought are really cool, that have the tone. There's something about their tone that just really inspired me. And I went, wow, when I first started playing these pedals. The first one is the big box blue violet special Caprid from Ren and Cuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just cool because it's in one of those big old boxes, right? Folded metal enclosure. And it's like a ram's head style big muff that's supposed to be from, I guess, Electro Harmonix was changing colors. So, the big muffs have this long history of various versions and people try to identify them via whatever. And a lot of it's how they look, what the art's like. And this pedal just sounds great. It's got that snarliness that you kind of want from, or maybe you don't want, but I want from a big muff pedal. And it's cool because it's got Mojo looking components in it, which is just cool to have. I just really like the way it sounds. I think it's a really nicely designed.
What is a Caprid?
Well, it's funny you asked that, Tony. A caprid is an adjective or noun referring to animals within the family Capridae, which includes goats, sheep, ibex, and related species.
So I guess a Ram would be in that too.
It would. Caprids are classified under the subfamily Caprinae, which is a group within the larger family Bovidae, which includes cattle, bison, and antelopes.
You are so smart.
It just rolls off the tip of my tongue. Okay, what's number 2?
Number 2 is the Death by Audio Apocalypse.
Oh,
That's appropriate.
okay. So you favor clean tones, is what you're saying?
This is
Yeah. I mean, these are all going to be dirt tones. So sorry, spoiler alert. This pedal, I think it might have been my first Death by Audio pedal that I got. Yeah, it's just cool, man. It's got a rotary switch with 5 settings. So it's like five.
This
five
is one of
pedals
their
in one.
earliest pedals, if I recall correctly.
Is it?
I think so. I feel like it is. I feel like they sent it to us a long time ago, but I could be wrong.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's I mean, it does it's a Death by Audio pedal, so it's just like a lot of like loud noise and fuzzy stuff, but it's got one of the settings is kind of like a fuzz war, and I really like the way they did the tone control, because it's sort of it's got like kind of the mid scoop, but then you can boost the mids, and then it does like bassy stuff. So the sweep on it is really fun to use. And then all the different settings, it's got like one of the settings is an octave effect. So it's like an octave fuzz. And then like the last setting, it's called like gain times 1000. And it's just like just out of control gain, which can be fun sometimes too. You're in a bad mood and you need some release. Yeah. So you just crank this pedal and you chug away, and it's a lot of fun.
That's cool. Tony, I was wondering when, I was just scratching my head thinking on it. I wonder when that was released.
If I had to guess, I would say the Death by Audio Apocalypse distortion and fuzz pedal was first available on September 8th, 2011. If I remember right, it was released by the company Death by Audio, known for their unique and experimental guitar effects pedals.
It's like you need glasses for the things you're thinking.
Yeah.
Anyways,
well, I think the pedal is really
Turn down the volume on the radio.
I think the pedal is characterized mostly by its turquoise color and knob-based controls.
That strikes a memory.
A chord.
Yes. What's number 3?
Number 3 is the Earthquaker Devices Dirt Transmitter. Transmitter. Sorry, not transmitter. This one is one of the its serial number is 999.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually a buddy of mine. Buddy of mine is a big fan of wonderful audio technology, and he every time I come up with a new pedal, he wants serial number 9. And he sometimes trades me stuff. He's gone to a lot of amp shows and stuff, and he's got a lot of cool pedals, and his gear philosophy, which is like really, I kind of wish I had this gear philosophy, but I also don't, is like what comes in is also like, he doesn't buy new things, not buy new things. That's the wrong way to say it. Like he tries to, if he's going to buy something, it's going to be using funds that he already has with his existing gear. So he'll like sell something or trade something. And it's pretty smart because it keeps his gear collection reasonable, and it's only the stuff he loves. Yeah. And he really wanted my Ancient Echoes pedal.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
that's a great pedal. You should get one.
Yeah, it's great. It's out of stock right now, but I'm building some soon. But yeah, the Dirt Transmitter, I love Earthquaker Devices. I love just what they're about. I like how they run their business. I heard once a while back, and I hope this is still true, but even if it's not, just the idea of trying to be like that, like every employee should be able to afford a home, and they try to do as much as they possibly can in the U.S. And they're great. They're a great company, and the Dirt Transmitter is a really cool sounding fuzz pedal that is based off of a fuzz face with some modifications. But it sounds really good. And I think maybe it's a story I tell myself, but I think when it came out, it was pretty different than what was. So I think it's pretty cool.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Todd, what kind of components do you think are in that pedal?
Well, Tony, that's a great question. The Dirt transmitter uses rare earth precious silicon metal transistors for biting top end response and higher gain than germanium. Does that answer your question?
I think so.
I remember reading that on the one that I picked up one time.
I love the rare earth componentry.
Excellent. Last one.
The last one is the Hermida audio Tiki drive.
Ooh, I like it already.
Yeah, it's
you use that in your surf band, don't you?
Yeah, definitely in your surf band. It's an interesting drive pedal. Like it's got 2 gain knobs on it, a tone knob, voice, and volume, and the voice kind of feels like this is the same designer who did the Zen drive, and the voice on the Zen drive kind of like changes how the bass gets cut, or how the amplification occurs in the first gain stage. And I assume that's what this voice knob does. So you can kind of make it thicker or more, or lop off some of the low end, and then the tone knob feels like a classic, low pass filter, so you just darken the tone. But with the 2 gain controls, that's where it really it's got this like character to it that I played it for some people once, and it immediately they turned their heads and they were like, "What is that?" Like it's got this really pleasing sound, and I use it kind of as a comparison. Like I compare, like if I'm designing something, I want to take as many pedals that are in the similar vein and just like compare the sounds and listen to like how it behaves and how it reacts in this environment.
Like a shootout.
Pew,
pew.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And this one is just, I really am impressed with how it, like the voicing of it. I think it's really well voiced, and with the 2 gain knobs, even though they're kind of weird to have 2 gain knobs, like there's a lot of options you have to control the overall character of the gain. Yeah.
Are those cascading gains, or is it?
They seem to be cascading. Okay. They're not like independent, like or pseudo independent, like an amp, with a high low, or not high low, but the
we are not associated with
bass.
Procter & Gamble, by the way. It makes me wonder, like, what was the genesis of this pedal, Tony?
Well, I think
based on the name Tiki, Gibson made a Tiki bird for Elliot Easton for the cars. So I'm guessing the Tiki drive was designed with input from the car's Elliot Easton, and was built to satisfy his desire to color an essentially clean amp with multiple shades of overdrive maybe, and distortion. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I think so.
And it helps if you're a left-handed player.
I think I read that on a pamphlet at a hotel.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
Your guys' knowledge, encyclopedic knowledge.
We're collectors, man.
There are no limits. Yes. There are absolutely no limits.
This takes us to the delicious point in our show where we actually talk about something.
Yes.
This is the Ranges pedal in front of us.
What?
I know. It's so delightful. I love the artwork. I love the color. I think that's the first thing I said about this, if I recall correctly.
It's kind of a midnight blue.
Yeah, I was talking to him, but
sorry.
If you remember that.
I'll be quiet now.
Yeah, I said that's a lovely blue.
It isn't. It's the powder coat color is called Bluer Blue Cast.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah.
It sits right in between, like it's like a denim with just a kiss of purple.
Yeah, and a touch of sparkle feeling, right?
Yes.
Like doesn't it kind of
like the night sky you've got here.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. So walk us through this. Okay, first I'm going to say, here, do this, and then I'm going to interrupt you by saying, let's talk about this pedal.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. Tony was telling me to do that. So we've got 6 knobs here. Actually 8 in the room anyways. Volume, presence, gain. That's presence with a CE, not TS.
Presence, yeah.
Yes. Bass, middle, and treble. Now, those are like, yeah, so what? But then you get to these mini toggles. Ooh la la. Bright, voice, more, and tight. Okay. Give us a scoop on this thing.
Yeah, so ranges, I actually started designing ranges like a long time ago. This was even before I was going to do what. I was like, I really like the concept of the JFET transistor. Like there's all this DIY stuff. It's like always this, I see like JFETs and they're always like, oh, it's so tube-like. So I always wanted to design something that was a JFET drive. But then at the same time, like every JFET drive I've played wasn't really giving me exactly what I was looking for. And that's kind of, then I was like, well, I really like I understand the electronics behind an op amp. I mean, mostly. So I really wanted to design a pedal that leveraged an op amp in the front that I could really shape the tone going into the rest of the circuit, and then make the clipping, the actual distortion sound, come from the JFETs. So I did that, and I designed something, and I made a mistake on it, and it was like super gainy. It was like so much gain. I actually called it Randy because it was like, it reminded me of Dimebag Darrell's like sort of distortion sound with like, and it was like Randall amps. So it was that for a long time, but it wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. And then a buddy of mine came over and I showed it to him, and he did that head turn thing when I started playing it. It was like, oh, what's that? I want to know more. It's the same buddy, the guy who gave me I traded the dirt transmitter with me. He's my like go to like any music event, like gear stuff buddy.
Does this person have a name? Do you want to
his name's
give a shout out to?
His name's Michael. Yeah.
All right.
Michael. Yeah. Thank you.
Shout out to Michael.
So he came over and we were jamming and just playing some stuff, and I showed him the pedal and he was like, I got the vibe that something was there. So I decided to revisit it after years of not touching it. And then I tweaked it and I tweaked it. And I got to a point where I was like, well, in certain situations, I want it to sound brighter, or with certain gain settings and certain guitars and certain amps. So every time, like, it just be like, there's these little tweaks that I'd want to make. And that's sort of how it became a switch. Because I was like, I want to tweak this slightly, but to change the overall character. And then each one of those tweaks became a different switch within that pedal. And then the other thing that happened was the demo guy, his name is Graham Baker, I think is his last name. He's Boring Gear Reviews. He actually lives in San Dimas, which isn't very far from me. And we've gotten together a couple times and just like we go out for burgers or something. And then one time he came over to my house and we were hanging out and playing. He brought a bunch of guitars and it was cool. It was like a really fun hang. And I showed him the pedal and he was also like, why haven't you released this thing? Like, what are you doing? And that was sort of the kick in the pants I needed to do the final tweaks to it, to push it out the door. So the switches are just like, so that you can fine tune, how that pedal sounds based on what you're looking for as far as the character of the distortion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a great description. You said San Dimas, and the only thing I remember about San Dimas,
Bill and Ted.
Well, before that was for some reason, my lungs hurting so bad every time we went to Raging Waters.
Yes. Same.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Chlorine gas. Because people would pee, and it's all full of chlorine.
No, that would ammonia.
Ammonia and bleach and chlorine make
poison gas.
That's right. So imagine hundreds of people peeing in the chlorinated water in the smog-ridden city of, at the time, San Dimas. Oh, it was brutal.
Yeah, I remember actually it's the same experience with Raging Waters. And then I was in water polo in high school, and we would sometimes have tournaments in San Dimas. And I'd come back with that lung thing too.
Yeah,
I think the smog was the primary.
It was a smog. I don't think it was a chlorine gas. Yeah,
Todd, just to test your memory a little bit. Do you know what a JFET is?
If I recall, a JFET is a junction field effect transistor, which is a semiconductor device that acts as a voltage-controlled switch or resistor. In fact, it's often used in audio circuits, especially in preamplifiers, where high input impedance and ability to amplify signals are beneficial. I mean, in terms of sound, Tony,
what does it sound like?
JFETs are often described as having a tube-like quality with more natural, smooth, and often warmer sound compared to other transistors.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Thank you, AI.
That's the top of my head, anyways. No, everybody loves running gag. Yes. Okay. So this is what all that translates to be. This is a highly, the term usable, highly versatile drive,
Yeah, a
utility.
Say that
all right?
A utility drive.
Slash
preamp.
But I
slash
think it's a capital U on the utility drive. A lot of times when things are referred to as utilities, you're downgrading the value of it.
Right.
You're downgrading the impact or the importance. In this case, it's a capital U. If you don't mind, Ralph.
Maybe a capital T as well.
Utilities.
Yes. YO utility.
Okay. So some of these choices that you put on here, aside just so you told us about wanted an amp-like quality and everything, you did arrive at a particular sound, and then you said, wait, I want all these other things on here. Walk us through your decisions on, why these four. Were there others considered?
Yeah. So Bright was just because I have a really dark sounding guitar, and it would just sound too dark for that guitar. And then sometimes, again, you want kind of that bite going on. So I couldn't decide. It's just basically switching out a cap at right post gain stage, the first gain stage. And I just couldn't decide what that cap was going to be, because in certain scenarios I like this value, and in other scenarios I wanted this value. So then I was like, that's going to be a switch so that you could decide. You could decide what you want.
You get to bust a cap.
Yeah, exactly. or swap it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
that's way less fun, Ralph.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a downer.
How about voice?
Voice it's sort of a similar thing. Like sometimes you want a really full sound. You want it to be kind of like, you want bass, you want more frequency, more lower frequencies, right? Like a tube screamer, has like a mid hump to it. And part of that is because the voicing of that op amp stage, they cut some of the bass out. Or they don't amplify it as much.
Right.
And, I kind of wanted a little bit more, I wanted flexibility in that. I either wanted to be big and lots of like full frequency, or I wanted to be a more focused sound depending on how I was using it. And so then I was like, well, I'm just going to make that a switch also, so that it changes what is amplified in the first stage. Is it more full frequency or more little low end lop off and more of the mids and upper range?
Now, may I ask you a nerdy question? You just said in the early stage here.
Yeah.
Why not towards the end in the latter stage of your circuit?
Well, I think the 3-band EQ takes care of the latter stage of how things kind of pass through. Everything kind of changes how when you're like thinking about a circuit, and you especially ranges has 3 gain stages, or 4 if you flip the more switch, then you have 4 gain stages, and tone shaping at each gain stage. This is what kind of where it comes from. Like it takes on like sort of the amp sort of character. Like I did look at a lot of amps at schematics, and I looked at a lot of JFET based drive schematics, and just was studying them and trying to understand how they designed the different stages, and doing minor tweaks to tone shaping at each stage really changes the overall character. So when the first gain stage is kind of really critical in how the overall, like, is it going to be a flubby, bigger, fuzzy sort of sound, or is it going to be a tighter, more focused sound? So, so for me, it's like that first gain stage, tuning that is critical for the overall sound of.
It's kind of like you made an electronic salad bar that doesn't have the cottage cheese and the pineapples and stuff. Like everything will go together in some way.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
I like
right? That's I think that's pretty accurate. Okay, please continue. So we have the more, and then you've got the tight.
Yeah, more just adds another gain stage, a JFET based gain stage in there to really push it, like really, get heavy,
like salt and pepper.
Yeah, or spice. Yeah, maybe like hot sauce.
Yeah, I was thinking of salt and pepper.
Okay,
to push it. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Real good. Push it real good.
There you go. Yeah. It kicked in. You got to wait a minute. I see what he's doing there. Okay, go for tight.
Yeah.
Keep up with this, Ralph.
I'm sorry. Tight is an interesting one, because in certain settings I don't think you hear it much, but in other settings it's extremely dramatic. And usually when you're in a higher gain setting, tight's really going to make a big difference. And a lot of times tight, you want to almost what sounds good is whatever you set voice to, set tight to the opposite. And what that does is it does 2 things, that switch. It actually messes with the bass amount of bass that comes out of that first gain stage, but it also changes that op amp's slew rate, which kind of like if you mess with the slew rate, it changes how the high frequency behaves. And so down, you're going to get more bass going through the circuit, and you're going to get like worse high frequency response, which can be a lot of fun. And then up is going to be like less bass going through the circuit, and then the high frequency range is going to be more, I guess, precise. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but so it kind of tightens things up a bit when you flip it up.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well,
and depending on how you have gain and bass set and voice, like that changes. It make a huge difference, especially when you're in the more up setting. Like it's going to really change the tone a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of tone, as much as we're talking about this being sort of like, we did use the term with a capital U, utility. That could imply that this is void of any kind of color. But I think it does have some color to it overall. What do you think that is, and can you tell us more about that?
Well, so I've been always looking for my lead guitar sound, which I grew up in the 90s listening to a lot of 90s rock, grunge, Jerry Cantrell, Mike McCready, the Kim Thayil. Yeah. These are the music that inspired me to play guitar. So hearing, like, they play through like Marshalls, and there's just that sound, but I didn't want exactly the Marshall sound. I wanted something like it in character, but a little different. And so for me, it's like I wasn't trying to emulate any particular sound. I was just trying to get a vibe going. And I think through that vibe, because it's not actually a clone of any other pedal that's out there, and I just created it with my ears and through experimentation, I think it has its own character. But at the same time, it's like familiar. So it's like an interesting sort of like, it doesn't sound like something else, but it does at the same time.
Yeah. I was getting like kind of, there are elements of a Marshall. I mean, there are obviously more amps than what I'm about to say, but I think you'll get the gist. I was definitely getting like, oh, this kind of feels like if I was doing an ABY kind of thing with a deluxe reverb and like a 800, like a JCM 800 or something. That was my own personal opinion, because I've kind of gotten, I'm very used to the Vox sound, and this was a lot of times you can put on a drive and go like, oh, okay, this kind of is a little bit darker, not as much mid, or like, whoa, here comes the mid, or or it's super scooped on the on both ends, or bone clean, nothing, just flat. So that was. Because I kept pushing the middle quite a ways up, and then I realized I'm like, okay, I'm probably maybe trying to hear something that isn't necessarily there, which is totally cool. And it says, so that's why I was like, oh, I wonder if he had a specific amp in mind for this, and it sounds like you kind of did, but it just is a amalgamation of amps.
Yeah. I mean, I was just trying to create something flexible. So I actually have a deluxe that I built from a kit, and a JTM style amp, and my Mesa that I use all the time, and another high watt style kit thing that I built. And I used all of those amps in the designing, and really the point was like, how can I get this amp to sound crisper, I guess. With the deluxe, sometimes it can get kind of not woofy, but depending on your settings and everything, and depending on the room, it might. So it might sound a little bit not clear, and then I use the ranges pedal. Actually, sometimes it's just a boost pedal, a preamp tone shaper to clear up the way that amp sounds. Or I'll crank the gain on it, and that's my lead guitar tone. So it didn't really have any particular amp in mind. I did have a vibe in mind, and I was trying to accomplish that vibe.
I think you did just that. It is a beautiful pedal to look at. It is extremely well put together, as usual. And it has, one of the things I love about your pedals is that you do put so much thought into what is the experience going to be, not just of playing it, but of interacting with it and owning it. And, how can you present things in a way that people aren't necessarily expecting, not so much that it's so wild and crazy that nobody knows what to do with, but it makes it intriguing, and it makes you want to play with it and experiment. And I think you do a really great job of that on all three of the pedals that you've released.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that for me is I love having a pedal that you can just continuously learn stuff from, and explore, right? And what's cool about ranges so far is I've gotten feedback from people, and they use it in ways that I never thought of. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like you mentioned, we chatted briefly when we're setting this up, and you're like you were using it before before your main gain pedal.
Yeah.
And then another guy that on Instagram, that Eric, he's under the handle Saves the Witch. He's got a bunch of my pedals. Cool guy, has his own music under Saves the Witch. And he was talking to me and told me that he's using it pre-drive too. And I'm like, I've never used it pre-drive. I've always used it post other drive pedals. Yeah. So it's really cool to hear to hear different ways that people use it. And I think that's really cool. If you can design a pedal that different people can use different ways and still get what they want, that's a success,
Yeah. Well, and it makes you play around with it.
Yeah, you got to play. You got to have tone hunting is the journey, right? You got to explore.
Yeah. I think we probably all have one of those overdrives or even fuzzes that it's like it's 98%
what you
perfect.
Want. Yeah.
And this is the kind of thing, the same reason that you will throw any kind of a soft clip, like a blues driver kind of thing in front of another pedal, just to give it some body, or whatever. This is just so much more flexible than something like that, which is really, really interesting, because you're going to get sounds that you wouldn't expect, and not even right out of this box. If you pair it up with something else, it's a whole other bag of chips.
Yeah, and it's cool that it turned out like that. I didn't design it with that intent. I designed it to be my drive sound, and then it turns out that it's flexible enough that it can augment other things, and that's awesome.
Now we've referenced a couple of your we've just said in all your pedals. You also have the Fuzzlands, which is really kind of the fuzz version of this.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's just super, super versatile, and comes with a guidebook on how to get some of those versatile tones. Because there's if you did the math, I'm sure there's several thousands of combinations that you could ultimately get, or at least a couple. And then the Ancient Echoes, which is where we first caught you and absolutely blew our doors. Yep. And I mentioned to Ralph, but I'll share the rest of. I will share this with the rest of you. That is one pedal that I have probably sent out to more people to try, because it just I haven't really encountered anything like it, and I was delighted by using it. And because again, you approached it in a way that the knobs and how you name them doesn't give it to you on a silver platter, which in more cases than not, whenever we see this does exactly this thing, and they say, well, I don't like that. I don't want low pass. Low pass might make this sound amazing, but if you just have it in your head of no low pass, it might not be as low as you think, or it might change, maybe the frequency wasn't correct, the same or whatever. So again, if this at all sounds interesting to you out there, wherever you're driving, look out, that guy's trying to merge. Just let him over. It's not worth it. You're both going to the same place. I think you really would be satisfied, and maybe even owe it to yourself, to check out one or more of these pedals, because they can add a great deal of awesomeness and flexibility to your pedal board.
Thank you, dude. Yeah,
you're welcome.
Awesome.
And I think we need to give a big, giant high five to the artiste that is making all of your stuff.
Yes. The art is all my wife, some of it unknowingly.
And
some of it, well, my wife has a lot of doodles that she's added to journals and stuff. And I just saw actually it all started with the Fuzzlands art. I saw that art in just something she drew, and I was like, dude, that needs to be a pedal. That is so cool. And luckily I coincidentally or whatever, I was designing Fuzzlands at that time. And then I asked her, I was like, can I look through your doodles? Cause I really want
Well, she is your wife.
Yeah. I mean, she is, but it's her journals, right? So I put my blinders on. I didn't read anything because sometimes you don't want to know, right? But I did look for her art, and so she's like really the source of all the art for my pedals, and I just take those. I take a picture of something that she draws, and I import it into Illustrator and vectorize it, and then do some tweaks, and then she comes and takes a look and gives her suggestions. So I don't think, when I first started this, I was like, how the heck am I going to do art? Little did I know I had the artist right here.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I think it's worth sharing, in our conversation that we had before the show, you actually said, I saw this and I said, what kind of pedal can I make from this? I thought that's awesome. Like that you're inspired by something that isn't sonically based, and you came up with this pedal. That's awesome.
Yeah, some of it's this mutual sort of like it's all the stars aligned, right? And it's like I was kind of coming up with some pedal idea, I had some bare bones idea, and then the art helps me finish. It like really helps me. What's the vibe? And when I saw those mountains, I was like, ranges, man. There's like, it needs options. It needs a lot of different range to, meet that. And it's funny because through that, I'm starting to formulate what my vibe is, because I'm just making pedals and because I like designing pedals, but you need an aesthetic and a vibe. And I think that's sort of coming together now.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I think
it came together on the Fuzzlands. It was like that was a 1-2 punch. I was like, okay, dude's locked in.
Well, I didn't know it yet. I was still trying to figure it out in my own head,
yes,
which is
we all did, Ralph. That's
yeah.
You need to take your wife out for a nice fish dinner and make her pay for it.
Yes. Amen to that.
Yeah.
That's just a phrase I like to say.
Hey, somebody's got to drive.
Yeah. No, we're glad that she's engaged in this. That's cool.
Me celebrating.
That's super cool. You should have on the next one. Actually, okay, can I throw something out there?
Here we go.
For it.
All right.
What do we got?
It would be really cool if you got her to like, if you did like a real short run colorway or something and had her like actually draw that stuff on there.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
And like sign it or something. I think that's a nice little. We love the little collectible
limited
things, man.
edition.
Yes.
Yeah. That's actually pretty cool. I'll float that idea.
Just throwing it out there. Yeah.
That'll be a second fish dinner, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pay for that one.
So what you've got this, it's probably cooking like crazy right now. What do you have anything on the horizon?
Well,
or is it called Horizons? Ooh.
I mean, so the vision of what the vibe of the pedals is like now, it's like it's coming together. It's a map of a world of tone that you can explore all these different tone sort of like, I don't know, centers or location. So I've got Fuzzlands, which is sort of the swamp stuff. I've got Ancient Echoes, which is the catacombs of, some dungeon. I've got Ranges, which is the mountain range. Think Lord of the Rings style, like medieval drawing. So now I've got some other art that I found of my wife's, and there is a really cool sea, like ocean sort of scene. And then she's got another really cool forest sort of scene. So those are the two major drivers for the new pedals that I already have my ideas in my head about what the circuit is and what the sounds that I want to have come out of those. And I have like started drawing like schematics based on what I think it should look like and sound like. And then I've just got I've actually got some breadboard stuff where I've already began like a while back. These ideas, and I'm like, oh, that idea is actually going to match up really well with this forest scene. So kind of putting it together. So expect more of this world to be filled out with different places. Yeah.
Okay. If you want to be really cheeky, you could call it Can't See, SEA, the forest for the trees.
Ooh.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyways, all right. That was really bad. I'm sorry.
That was bad. I mean, that's something I would come up with.
I know.
I was thinking
That's
more
why
like
I'm so ashamed.
for the C one, it could be slippery when wet.
No, see that? No, that's how did you make that worse?
I'm trying to redeem you, Todd.
Well, we are going to round third here, and we got some fun stuff right now.
Do we now?
Yes.
You know, Todd, there's a little game that we play on the show.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called?
Would you rather?
That's right.
Would you
One more time.
No.
Okay. I'm watching your finger.
My finger's
I'm
nowhere
watching
near the
your
button.
finger.
It's not at the button.
All right. This is episode 3,
Yes.
brought to us by Bruce Bacon.
Bruce.
And if you remember the last couple of episodes we've done, in this Would You Rather, you go back in time into the studio as producer supreme Bruce Dickinson.
Yes.
You might remember him from the More Cowbell episode.
Yes.
That's
Not
him.
Iron Maiden.
Not Iron Maiden. There is a real Bruce
He's
Dickinson.
the Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah, this is
Sir Bruce Dickinson.
yes. And Bruce, or you as Bruce, tell the recording engineer to let the outro guitar solo go just a bit longer. A longer.
Yeah. A couple of guys from Toledo go, maybe we think it's a good idea you go have a smoke so you can let this go a little longer.
Maybe you should let the band play.
Yeah.
So this will not impact the original recording of the song, of course, but it will allow fans to hear an alternate long version that might contain even more guitar brilliance. Now, you might have remembered episode 1 was Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb, or Sultans of Swing from Dire Straits.
Yep.
Episode 2 was Led Zeppelin, Good Times, Bad Times, or Guns N' Roses, Night Train. This week,
Yes.
in honor of the passing of Sir
Yes.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Well timed.
Would you rather hear an extended outro to Ozzy Osbourne's Mr. Crowley, featuring Randy Rhoads, of course, or Van Halen, One Foot Out the Door?
All right.
Eddie VH.
Yes. That was from Fair Warning, I believe.
Fair warning there.
Oh,
I think it's the
yeah.
last
Fourth-
the last track.
that was the
Fourth track? I can't remember which
Yeah,
track.
yeah.
Anyways.
It was the fourth album.
Gosh,
I
that's
know
a
that.
great album.
1981.
Okay. Tony,
Yes.
what are you going with?
I mean, neither one of these are necessarily my genre of guitars.
Right.
But I will say, by the fourth Van Halen album, things started to get a bit redundant, shall we say?
Okay.
I think that's kind of an
Okay.
assessment.
Choose your words carefully, my friend.
Redundant, but not still good, but
Yeah.
redundant, repetitive. Whereas Mr. Crowley was on Ozzy's first album, Blizzard of Oz, and featured Randy Rhoads, who dare I say, I'm going to probably get in trouble for this.
Okay.
But I might say Randy was
The shortest guitarist ever.
he played the most polka dotted
I
guitars.
thought you were going to say something different.
No. But I thought I think in terms of style and sound and everything, I prefer Randy Rhoads
Okay.
over Eddie Van Halen.
All right.
I mean, the first 2, maybe 3 Van Halen albums, I mean, there was nothing else like it at the time. And then, everybody started playing along and doing the same stuff. But I'm digging
some
in
real hot territory there, my friend.
But I like the fact that it was fresh. Ozzy was, had come up with
That's
these
fair.
two
That's
albums
fair.
worth of
You
stuff.
can't put them as if they were both out at the exact same time
Well, they were a year apart.
because they were a year apart.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it was a fresh new beginning for Ozzy, and it featured Randy Rhoads, which he's just one of the top guitarists of all time. So I'm going with the extended outro to Mr. Crowley.
So you're not going one with Mean Street and So This Is Love and Unchained on the album?
No,
Okay, just kidding.
no.
All right, Ralph, what are you doing?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think I might go with the Mr. Crowley, only because Randy Rhoads, we only got a short glimpse of the genius that is Randy Rhoads and the guitar antics. And I would have loved just to hear more of him going off. Like I have the tribute album, the live one, that Randy Rhoads plays on. I forget what it's called now exactly. The cover is like Ozzy Osbourne holding up Randy Rhoads as he's like shredding.
Yeah.
And I have that tab book too. I mean, of course I love Eddie Van Halen. I love, I am blanking on the One Foot Out the Door song. I need to listen to it. But Mean Street to me sort of is like, that's like that's like a really cool guitar song on that album.
Yeah.
It's like, cause he's doing that like tapping thingamajigger, but not, but it's like not really tapping. He's like slapping and there's like harmonics and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's
so
good. We don't need more from that album, I think, like, cause that right there, that's like the full song, but like hearing Randy Rhoads do an extended solo, I would definitely want that.
Yeah.
All right. What's it going to be, Todd?
Well, if it was, I'm probably going to go with Crowley on that one too. One Foot Out the Door is indicative of where they were kind of at.
Yes.
And it is a frantic, like angry, borderline angry solo.
A 2-minute song.
It's a less than 2 minutes, just by a hair. I really like your argument that's the kind of thing that sold me, is that we didn't get that much from him, and it would be nice to see what he would have done with that. Yeah, give him 2 minutes, 2 extra minutes. That's what we say.
Yes, Bruce.
All right, that was a great one, Bruce. Thank you so much. Let's see. We need to thank a handful of people. Very important people.
Yes, Todd, because at this point of the show, there's a special group of people we love to thank. These are our executive producers. Oof. Now, our executive producers help make this show possible. How do you, out there listening, become one? Quite easy. Head over to patreon.com/the Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate, become a sponsor, a friend, a hero of the podcast. Each level comes with some very nice thank you gifts and opportunities to win great giveaways. We got stuff to give away. We want to give it to you. Now, in addition to all that great stuff,
you get to have your name read on the thing.
I was just going to say, you get to have your name read on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I am. I am reading your mind. Ooh, that's sick.
Whoa. In real time?
Anyhow, special thanks to these executive producers. And thanks for helping making this show possible. Anthony Lathrop, Brett Hogarth, Cameron Pampas, Darren Gregory, Don Kloss, Elad Mizrahi, James Bell, James White, John Esterly from Rare Buzzer Effects, John Sebastian, John Halverson, Justin Jones, Ken Sayers, Michael Senchuk, Mike Davenport, Owen Eads, Plutone, some guy named Ralf Gottschalk from Wonderful
cool.
Audio Technology. What? Richard Kendall, Rick Calhoun, Rusty Sneeden, Stefan Lamb, Tom Barazin, Trevor Ellenberg, Trevor Gunberg, Invader and pedals.
All right.
Oh, but Todd, there's more. Because there's a special group of executive producers. We call them our Grand Poobahs. These are the creme de la creme, the top of the heap, the A number ones, and they wear a fez upon their head whilst listening to the podcast. So special thanks to these Grand Poobahs. Anthony Jamalero, Billy Spitfire Unlimited, Bob Crouch, Brian Robison, Cody Foster, David Kaminga, David Tyndall, Enrico Fernando, Fox Hill Studio, Gregory Randall, Hex Matos, John Williams, Martin Cliff, Matt Hart, Michael Van Zant, Michio Murakishi, Moon Guitars, Pedro Vasquez, Sam Jett, Steve Keys, James Pennington, Zach Oswald from Brandon Wow Pickups, Jonathan Labate from M2 Labs, and Ty Barnes. Yes. Thank you, and thank you again.
We are so very grateful for you guys. Truly. Thank you so much. If you were at the least bit entertained or enlightened by this show and say, I'd really like to help this continue to go, then we encourage you to do that.
Yeah. Real easy.
Yes. All right. We need to say a huge thank you to Ralf. It was great talking with you, man. We really
it's always great talking with you guys.
Show.
Yeah, I enjoy you guys. I enjoy being on the show. It's cool. It's like I do like we talked on the phone a little bit. Like I do feel like talking to you guys kind of helps me kind of formulate my vision. Like I'm just kind of I don't know what I'm doing, man.
You give no impression that there is any winging it at all.
Really? I'm
my
winging
gosh,
everything
man.
I do.
No, it has an actual like kind of singular vision, and that's not a limiting thing. It just means that you have a point of view, and it's gonna be consistent. And
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, and that translates into how it looks, how everything responds. Your pedals all kind of have a feel to them. They're not all over the place. You got it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Honestly, man, you've nailed it.
Well, thank you.
We need people to go get them.
Yeah, do it.
And we encourage you out there to explore the peaks of tone, Sonic Adventurer. Explore ranges. That's just off the top of my head. You know?
Oh, you are. Boy, that's just like, it flows right out.
I'm on it tonight,
man.
Ralf, where can people go get these things?
You can go to wonderfulaudioTechnology.com. I'm out of stock right now, but I'm in the process of building a couple more, so they should be available later this week.
Flying
maybe,
off the proverbial shelves.
Yeah, I mean they're pouring off at a good rate, a rate I can maintain, so that's good. It's great. The feedback's been great. So you can get off my website. I also have a reverb store that I put stuff on that is my pedals, and I also have a dealer now. It's Death Cloud. They are based out of Clovis, California. They're a small mom and pop shop that is selling pedals online. So definitely
I was actually going to talk to them and see if they want to come on the show.
Yeah, they seem really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Dylan is the guy who reached out to me initially. They seem like really great people, and I'm super appreciative that they want to carry my stuff. So support them if they have something in stock and I don't get it from them, even if I have it in stock and they do, you know, it's always good to support the small shops, especially nowadays in this economy with everything. Like if you can help the small person in any way, that's always like a good thing.
Yes,
so.
Indeed. Your call to action was not unlike your pedal with all the options
and switches.
I can't decide.
Yes,
it's always,
yes. Indeed. Tony, how about yourself?
Head over to pickguardian.com. Check out the stuff that I do. What do? I make custom pick guards for guitars. How do you get one? Shoot me an email. Just let me know what you need, what you're trying to do. I have good advice. I've been doing this for 100 years. It's your opportunity to make your guitar even more yours.
That is correct. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram. That's the probably the best place to do it. So often emails can fall into spams and all kinds of stuff, and I would hate for you to send a note and go like, "You never responded, jerk. He's a jerk, everybody." Please don't do that.
That's true, though.
Yeah, no, it's not. We love your messages. We love hearing from you. We love being introduced to you. If you're new to the shows, just say hi. Say, "Hey, I'm new to the show. I'm listening."
Yeah.
We don't have to go out for dinner or anything and have a conversation that goes on and on.
Would it be a fish dinner?
No, only if they're paying for it.
Oh, okay.
And
let us know if you have a question.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
like Darren Gregory.
Darren Gregory had a question
That's a great
about
one.
Should I spend some money on a guitar?
Yeah,
Upgrading it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
indeed.
Good for the economy.
Because we're semi-professionals. And I think aside from that, just have a great week and be positive and be nice to people and play some music, doggone it.
Yeah.
All right. Have a fantastic week, everybody, and subscribe.
What?
Ooh, thank you.
Well, Todd.
Tanya.
Yes, I'm aware of this.
Yeah.
And oops, that's not what it is. Where did it go?
Do you need me to clap?
Where the hell did it go? No.
It's Pygmalion, not Pygmalion. All right, here we go. Ooh, that was a good one.
Nice clap.
Yeah. A little wet fart at the end. Just
I felt like I had to say something, and I was just like, bleh.
Mr. Crowley, I mean,
I
know, but I think
Okay. How did you feel about this?
It was cool. It was
Good.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah. How did it go for you guys? Good.
I think it was
Cool.
great. I think that was a lovely episode.
I dozed off towards the middle, but
Yes. I will try to come in with semi-known ones like, hey, here's my Jonathan Waters one. And they're like, that's the creepiest because I'm also bald, so that just makes it look extra creepy. And this is my Basil Rathbone one, my Errol Flynn style mustache, and
you are just wrong and even wronger.
Yeah, I think bald is never gone, right? We just need like another.
Well, by definition, it's gone. But I know what you. Staken, do you have like a great big handlebar mustache right now?
That was weird.
You just be like, oh my gosh.
Are you looking for William Morris Prince?
No.
Oh, okay.
My name's not Prince. Response and higher gain than premium. I mean, germanium. Damn it. Hang on, give me a second. And away we go. Well, that's it for these knobs. Please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theguitarknobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog, and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.